A very good evening, Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. We are taking a look on what's happening in the nation of Zimbabwe. ZANU PF held a press conference today, and we need to take a look what they discussed. Advocate Fadzai Mahere asks and say, why is Chris Mnangagwa begging people to go back to work? Yet you said it was business as usual yesterday. Do you know? Do you now accept that there was a national shutdown yesterday in protest against your dirty 2030 agenda? Do you think it's normal to have police patrolling every street because you are scared that the masses will protest against this corrupt, incompetent government? Are you not concerned that without the security forces, you cannot stay in power? We need new leaders. So this is Advocate Fadzai Mahere, and this is so powerful from her. Let us take a look onto the videos.
I also want to use the press conference to appeal to the Zimbabwe people to go back to work. Your president is at work. Your army, your police, your intelligence apparatus, they have proved that they can maintain peace and order in the country. Your safety is assured. There won't be any destruction of property. You can continue with your day-to-day activities, which make sure that they bring food to the table, they bring school fees to children who are going to school, and they make sure that your general welfare is maintained. Please, people of Zimbabwe, go back to work and proceed to work even harder with the confidence that the future of Zimbabwe remains orderly, peaceful, and very democratic, and indeed very constitutional.
What Christopher Mnangagwa said, remember, is the ZANU PF spokesperson. He was actually begging the people of Zimbabwe to go back to work. And this is the 1st of April. The protests or the stay away happened yesterday, the 31st of March. But he's begging people today, which means people chose to stay at home, even after Comrade Geza called off the protest. Then we have seen also the government of Zimbabwe, the Ministry of Information, giving similar commentaries. Let us take a look.
We would like to thank all Zimbabweans for the peace and tranquility experienced throughout the country. It was business as usual. The illegal primary wish of the lone cyber terrorists did not materialize. As we continue to appreciate the role of the security sector in the maintenance of law and order, we must remain united, vigilant, and steadfast against any attempts to disrupt development. Together, we have a shared responsibility to develop our country. We are masters of our destiny. Nyika inovakwa nevene vayo. Ilizwe lakiwa ngavanikazi valo.
So this is what Jen Van Msquare said. He was actually celebrating that the people didn't come into the streets of Harare, but rather chose to stay away at home. And he elaborated further right here.
Yesterday is a clear demonstration that Zimbabweans fully support the government that they elected, a ZANU PF government, which is led by His Excellency the President, Dr. Mnangagwa. And we still fully appreciate the peace and tranquility that continues to exist in our country. Yes, these cyber terrorists were led by one, a Mr. Geza, who is a liberation war mistake with a lot of delusional hallucinations, in that he actually believed that he could create an uprising in our country, which is a clear misdirection of ambition. And you are here, you can witness that the peace and tranquility continues to exist in our country. Zimbabweans have a shared responsibility in order to achieve Vision 2030, which Vision 2030 seeks to achieve an upper middle income society by the year 2030. We are past that insightful alarmist who is delusional, but of course the security sector is closing in order to deal with the treasonous nature of his activities. Thank you so much.
So this is what the government has said, and also ZANU PF has said. So ZANU PF initially begged people to come back to work. That is through Christopher Mnangagwa, and is actually trying by all means possible to make sure that the people, they take heed of his message. And then Jennifer Muskwere is coming on another note, claiming that whatever which Comrade Geza did is a treasonous whatsoever, is using the word treason. And one of the notable words he used is that he invalidated the war veteranship of Comrade Geza. He stayed under the wasted war veteran. You know, it's something which is not expected from a minister. In as much as people disagree, in as much as people have their differences, you don't need to be disrespectful to such extent of invalidating the work which other people did during the liberation struggle. They sacrificed, they struggled for this nation. It doesn't matter. You disagree in whatever which you have done now, or you disagree now, but what matters is that they participated in the liberation of Zimbabwe. For those who have been following the history of the liberation struggle, they will tell you that these guys went through the West. And the people you are celebrating as heroes, they were not there front line. They were not there. They were not even commandeering at the war. So you don't need to disrespect others like that. And also, I do not know the reason why these people, they are too overexcited, as if they forget how they came in power. Every time you do things, remember how you came into power. Remember how you became a minister, especially you, Muskwere. You have to remember that at a certain point in time, Emerson had to flee Zimbabwe into Mozambique, and from Mozambique, he then went into South Africa. It was because of the similar activities. It's just that it's now being done by Comrade Geza. But when it was done by Chiwenga in favor of Emerson, it was a good thing. So this is what is happening at this point in time. And Advocate Fadzaima right here asks very, very important questions. To say, you guys have said that it was business as usual. Why is it that you are begging workers to come back to work? What is really going on? Why is it that you are not being honest for once? Our police yesterday, they were telling us nothing was happening in the streets, everything is calm, everything is peaceful. But today we see 98 people being brought to court. Why are you now bringing 98 people to court when you claimed throughout the day that nothing was happening in the CBD? This is the reason why we always have problems with you, because you are running propaganda. You are becoming a propaganda tools. You are becoming a propaganda machineries. So I just want to thank everybody who is live with us right here. Timbers, thank you very much. Says peace and order after beating innocent people and arresting them. Thank you very much for this contribution. Lucia, my sister, thank you very much. Says go back to work so that they loot taxes and continue with their propaganda. Yes, this is how these people operate. You take our taxes and they will take advantage of whatever which we are paying to this government to mock the people of Zimbabwe. So this is the message from ZANU PF, urging citizens to return to work. Why are you urging them to return to work? Imimi mchiti kwakusina chakaitika nezuro. It's good to acknowledge and good to report as it is, to tell the truth, even though you disagree with some of the activities. This is it. I love you all and thank you very much. We are going to make sure that we continue to come with the different stories right here. Timber says, I smell new Zimbabwe. Yes, new Zimbabwe is coming. We continue to pray for that new great Zimbabwe. But right now we need a complete reset. We need a complete disbandment of ZANU PF. ZANU PF must simply go. It's no longer about Emerson. It's now about ZANU PF, a system. And definitely, I believe that it will